Los Angeles, the atmosphere at Dodgers. Stadium shifted in an instant, the moment. Kim Taehyung's name was announced. In just a few seconds, the legendary ballpark transformed into a breathtaking purple ocean as Army unveiled a powerful surprise. Jerseys with the iconic number, the year of Taehyung's birth, worn in unison across every corner of the stadium. Even before Taehyung set foot on the field, thousands of fans were already united, creating a wave of 95 jerseys that turned the stadium into a living tribute to their beloved. V of BTS, cameras flashed, chants filled the air, and anticipation reached its highest point, as if every single Army could feel that history was about to be made. And then the moment arrived. The crowd erupted as Taehyung appeared, his warm smile lighting up the field. He was there for a role that carried immense honor, the ceremonial first pitch, a tradition usually reserved for legendary athletes. But tonight, it was not an athlete. It was a global superstar whose influence stretched far beyond music. As Taehyung walked to the pitcher's mound, Army's voices thundered louder than ever. The entire stadium seemed to hold its breath as he raised his arm, ready to throw the ball. In that instant, time stood still, and with one graceful motion, Taehyung delivered the first pitch, sending the crowd into an explosion of cheers that shook Dodger Stadium to its very core. It only took seconds for Kim Taehyung to turn Dodger Stadium into something far greater than a baseball field. It became a stage of love, unity, and devotion, painted in purple and filled with 95s, where Army and their idols shared a memory that will live forever in their hearts. But what makes this night even more electrifying is the fact that the main event hasn't even started yet. The ceremonial pitch is still hours away, and Kim Taehyung has yet to step onto the field. Yet, Dodger Stadium is already trembling under the unified voices of thousands of fans chanting his name. Kim Taehyung! Kim Taehyung! Echoed endlessly throughout the arena, turning every corner of the ballpark into a symphony of devotion. The sound was deafening, powerful, and unstoppable, proof of just how deep Army's love runs for their idol. It wasn't just a chant, it was a roar of longing, a declaration that they had been waiting for this moment for so long, and they would not stop until Taehyung finally appeared. The sight was surreal. Fans standing, waving banners, holding purple light sticks, and their jerseys marked with the number 95 glowing under the stadium lights. Even stadium staff and media crews were left speechless, witnessing how an entire baseball field had been claimed by Army hours before the star of the night even arrived. The anticipation grew heavier with each passing minute. Some fans were already in tears, overwhelmed by the emotion of being so close to witnessing Taehyung on such an iconic stage. Others shouted louder, their voices cracking yet never faltering, as if their endless energy alone could summon him onto the field sooner. What will happen when Taehyung finally steps into the spotlight? If the stadium is already shaking just from his name being called, one can only imagine the eruption of love, cheers, and history-making energy that will explode the moment he makes his grand entrance. And then, just when the tension seemed unbearable, the stadium lights shifted. The cameras zoomed in, and a wave of anticipation swept across the crowd. A single announcement echoed through the speakers. And in that very moment, Kim Taehyung finally appeared. The eruption that followed was unlike anything Dodger Stadium had ever experienced. The chants of Kim Taehyung, Kim Taehyung, transformed into deafening screams of joy, filling the night sky with raw emotion. Fans cried, laughed, and held each other as if they were witnessing a dream come true. It was more than a baseball ceremony. It was history being made before their eyes. Dressed sharply in his Dodgers jersey with the number 95 proudly displayed, Taehyung walked toward the pitcher's mound, with an effortless grace that only he could carry. His every step was met with thunderous applause, his smile magnified across the giant stadium screens, and his mere presence made the entire arena feel alive. Army waved their light sticks in perfect unison, creating a glowing purple ocean that pulsed with energy. It felt as though the stadium itself was breathing in rhythm with the fans, waiting, watching, trembling for what was about to happen. As Taehyung picked up the baseball, the crowd fell into an almost magical silence, only to break into an explosion of cheers the moment he raised his hand. Time seemed to slow, the cameras locked on his figure, and in one smooth motion, he delivered the first pitch. The ball soared through the air, and the reaction was immediate. Dodger Stadium shook with roars of triumph, as if the world itself had just witnessed something unforgettable. In just those few seconds, Kim Taehyung didn't just throw a pitch, he threw the world into a frenzy of love and admiration. The memory of that moment will remain etched not only in the hearts of Army, but also in the history of Dodgers Stadium itself. Yet what makes this moment even more extraordinary is the undeniable fact that the actual ceremonial first pitch is still hours away. The grand highlight, when Kim Taehyung officially steps to the mound to deliver that historic throw, has not even begun. And still, Dodger Stadium is already trembling under the weight of anticipation. Fans are refusing to sit down, their chants rolling like waves across the stadium, louder with every passing minute. The energy is unstoppable, an electric force building higher and higher, as if the entire crowd is holding its breath for the exact second Taehyung will finally take his rightful place on the pitcher's mound. Inside the stadium, the atmosphere feels more like a sold-out concert than a baseball game. Army's purple banners cover the stands. Jerseys marked with 95 move in rhythm with chants, and purple light sticks flicker like thousands of stars. Reporters scramble to capture every second, while even Dodger staff are visibly awed by the sight of tens of thousands of fans, transforming a sporting event into a living tribute. And still the countdown continues. Hours remain before Taehyung takes the field, but every minute feels like an eternity. The chants grow louder, the fans grow more restless, and the stadium seems to shake under the pressure of anticipation. What will happen when the clock finally strikes and Kim Taehyung steps forward for the real pitch? If the energy now is already this explosive, one can only imagine the emotional storm that will erupt. When the moment finally arrives, as the hours slip away and the evening sky deepens above Los Angeles, the tension inside Dodgers Stadium only grows more intense. The countdown has entered its final stretch, and the entire world seems to be watching, waiting for the second when Kim Taehyung will finally walk out for the true ceremonial first pitch. Cameras are already in position, live broadcasts prepared, and millions of Army across the globe glued to their screens, desperate not to miss even a single heartbeat of this historic night. The atmosphere is unlike anything Dodger Stadium has ever seen. This is no ordinary pre-game ritual. It has become a global spectacle. The chants echo louder than ever before, a rolling thunder of devotion that refuses to fade. Kim Taehyung! Kim Taehyung! Fills the air, making the walls of the stadium vibrate under the sheer passion of the fans. Some are on their feet, tears already streaming down their faces, clutching their banners and light sticks, tightly as if holding on to the moment itself. Others stand in silence, overwhelmed, their eyes fixed on the tunnel where they know Taehyung will emerge. Even the players and officials of the Dodgers can feel it. The unique electricity that only one person in the world could bring. It's no longer about baseball. It's about a voice, a presence, a star whose every step has the power to unite thousands in one heartbeat. The anticipation is almost unbearable. Every announcement over the loudspeaker causes a ripple of screams. Time feels frozen, preparing for an eruption the moment Taehyung finally appears. And then comes the announcement. The crowd hushes, a silence that lasts no more than a split second, before exploding into the loudest cheer the stadium has ever known. The cameras pan, the lights shine brighter, and the stage is set. Kim Taehyung is about to make history. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next big news about Jikook and BTS. Your support means everything. See you in the next video.